Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you, and welcome to week 2 of social distancing. I'm gonna get it right. I still spent all last week getting it wrong, but here we are. You'd think I'd learned that by now.
I just know it's not March because March was canceled.
March was basically
March
canceled.
has been canceled,
right?
So yeah, this mystery month is
Right. So normally I do some sort of Monday motivation video for you, but people had loved seeing the two of us together last week.
Go Pig.
Go Fig. So that said, we decided to do this together, and I invited Jason to join me in this Monday video. So we're hearing a lot of people, we're reading a lot of things, we're getting a lot of questions about the new normal and about, I'm seeing my industry go away. I never saw this coming. If you're in mining, if you're in transportation, hospitality, travel, leisure, things like this, the Brookings EDU just put out a report, I believe on Friday, about the hardest hit areas of the country and those hard hit industries. It's scary. I was a construction recruiter in 2008 when suddenly no one needed a construction recruiter anymore and lost my job very quickly. So I know the scary time personally. It was a very frightening time in my life. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about what to do if you're seeing your industry go away, or if you think you're going to lose your job, and some of you already have, unfortunately. So what do you do next?
True. And what sort of industries are going to be better off in the new normal? Higher education right now is in complete disarray. It has been for many years, and now e-learning is suddenly a thing. Is corporate training for online, does that become a thing? Is that an opportunity? There's a lot with every disruption. Healthcare, telemedicine, with things like that. With every disruption, there's massive opportunity. And so how do you prepare for that opportunity? And sadly, the only thing I can think of is you have to practice patience. And that's not a virtue a lot of people are comfortable with.
I'm not.
Especially now that we're relying on DoorDash and Uber Eats and Shipt and all those wonderful people who are helping us social distance. For those that are keeping everything going. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, massive opportunities right now, but how do you take advantage of them?
And I think, one of the ways to take advantage is to stop and take a good, solid, honest assessment of what you're good at. And right now, if you're facing a job loss, if you're facing the economic crisis, it can be really hard to identify things you're great at. But take a step back, take a breath, and assess what you're good at. Have that honest conversation about what you're good at, and start thinking about industries where that may translate. So, healthcare is going to need a lot of people. If you happen to be in technology, certain sectors are struggling, but others are going to boom right now because of what's happening. So I look at that and think, okay, so if you're in tech, could you go from a different industry and pivot to something else? No, it may not be your passion. No, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's uncomfortable. No, it's not in your comfort zone. But here's the thing. Anytime we can take our skills, take our accomplishments, and articulate them in such a way that we can show achievement to a different industry, and that's going to take creative thinking on your part. But by all means, stop and assess. Be open and flexible. When we've shared these success stories every week, there have been a lot of people who talk about their flexibility, talk about their willingness to relocate, talk about their willingness to change industries entirely and bring their skills somewhere else. So right now, I think the new normal is flexibility and adaptability combined with the patience that you're talking about.
And get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you mentioned the comfort zone. We are all out of our comfort zone at this point. There is not a person, if you're in your comfort zone right now, you're not paying attention. It's just that simple. And the good thing is being out of your comfort zone is a really good thing. I mean, things go in cycles. Life, it's spring right now, and you might even hear the birds chirping out here. It's a cycle. The birds go south, the birds come north, the grass dies, the grass comes back. Everything is a cycle. Economies are just like that. It's just the nature of systems.
Right.
Systems change. So get patient, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Ask other people. If you're not sure what your talents
right.
are, what your passions are, talk to somebody. Don't talk to your boss necessarily, but find a trusted advisor.
Your cheerleaders.
Yes, find your village. Talk to your people and say, look, I'm struggling right now. Can you help me sort of think, brainstorm, get creative? It's 2020. Being creative is probably the most important skill we could all have right now.
And that takes a level of vulnerability that, candidly, in the U.S., we're not comfortable with.
True.
Right? But Brene Brown speaks of it. Of course, she's sort of the goddess of vulnerability, but the Venus of vulnerability, would that be? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But, getting vulnerable and allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to share with other people, your concerns, your fears, that's going to help our mental health too. And right now, guarding our mental health is just as important as guarding our physical health. So, as you stay in, find ways to communicate via text, via Zoom, via FaceTime, whatever the case may be. Pick up the phone and have an old-fashioned phone call. Yeah. But start to ask the people on your board of directors, your personal board of directors. Yeah. What am I good at? What would you brag about me? When asked about me, what would you say? What would you brag about? Those are the things that really will make the difference and help you find ways to pivot.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So there you go. Those are thoughts for the day on transitioning in this crazy economy and a crazy environment that we're in. But, be safe out there. Stay inside. Please stay in. We're certainly doing it for our family members that are not able to take care of themselves or have compromised immune systems. Those are the people we stay inside for. Yeah. Even though we do sneak out onto the porch, at least to get fresh air.
Yes, please get fresh air.
Please get fresh air. That will help. But take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.
Remember, we're all in this together.
You bet. See ya.